strutting the red carpet for music's biggest night.
You know, I think we're the most fashionistas here.
Our eyes are on the fashion cam.
Who picked out these amazing outfits?
Me!
As we count down to the 68th Grammy Awards show.
In my opinion, I say I look better than Cinderella.
Our live coverage from the red carpet starts now.
The CBS LA Grammy Awards Red Carpet Live, sponsored by Agua Caliente Casinos, your desert escape in Greater Palm Springs.
Hey, thank you so much for joining us. We are live here at the 68th Grammy Awards at Crypto.com Arena, and it has been so exciting. I'm Kalyna Astrinos, by the way.
I am Grae. And listen, these awards might be 68 years old, but let me tell you, they are looking fabulous.
We were trying to figure out the theme for the night. We've seen a lot of people in sparkles, which is something that we're wearing too.
Right.
We got the memo. But we've also seen a lot of bright colors this morning too. A lot of people just wanting to, you know, take the moment to shine and soak in the spotlight, I think.
We've been through a lot. Last year's
Yes.
Grammys had a much different vibe than this year, and I think everybody's ready to celebrate, and ready to celebrate how close music brings us.
Oh,
all around
absolutely.
the world, that's something that we can all relate to, and we're really feeling that tonight.
And we do want to hint at something we've noticed here on the carpet too. It's kind of been a family affair. A lot of people bringing their kids, their mom to walk on through for the first time. So there's really that excitement of just being here as first-time nominees or multiple nominees, right? But then you also get to share it with your family, which I think is really special and important.
And if you want someone to tell you the truth on a carpet, it will be a child.
Absolutely, and we cannot wait to share all of that with you. A couple other things to get you guys excited about. We talked to people about not only how they're feeling, but their group chats. You want to know the inside scoop on group chats?
That's right.
We
found
got you
out
covered.
Which emojis who sends to who.
Oh yeah. Who's looking forward to a cocktail after the show too? Absolutely. And we've got someone coming in right now.
It's really
Hold
important.
on one second.
You already recognize them because you have watched K-pop Demon Hunters on Netflix.
100%. Hello. Oh, are we
Standing
going that
right
way?
next to us,
This is what happens when we're on the red carpet.
none other than Huntrix themselves. That's
We're-
Ray Ami, Audrey Nuna, EJ, all over the world. This is Netflix's most watched movie, and they're here at the Grammys because their songs are unbelievable.
I mean, once you listen to the album, you literally just sing everything over and over again. And I promise you, when I'm driving down the street, I just see people singing to the top of their lungs, no care in the world, because the songs are so catchy and emotional. So we're so excited to talk to them too.
And if it weren't for rights issues, I'd be singing that song right now.
Well, I'm glad you told me that because I was about to bust out and sing for you. But that's why I have my girl Grae here with me to keep us all under lock.
Yeah.
Let's go through a couple of people that we've seen so far. Reba McEntire, Becky G walked down earlier.
We know that Jeff Goldblum is here. Is it the Oscars? No, it's the Grammys. And Wicked is a big deal here.
Oh, absolutely. We saw Teddy Swims earlier too.
Yes.
Just so many people are coming down, having a great time. So we're super excited to be here. I know you guys have a great setup in studio too. Let's toss it back to Leslie, Gio, and Susie. And then the second we get Huntrix, we're gonna cut back in so we can go back to you guys, okay? But we'll be out here live at the carpet. We're sending it back to you guys in the studio.
Sounds good, Kalyna and Grae. And Huntrix already having a huge night, right, Susie?
Yes, they just won the Grammy for Best Song Written for Visual Media.
That is huge because that is
Great
the
start.
first time K-pop, I think, has won a Grammy. So it's a historic moment, really.
Yes, especially for a group like Huntrix. I mean, they have gone multiple times platinum, like just for the children. And I think that this is actually it's a huge crossover moment for K-pop in general. Rosé is nominated with Bruno Mars for Song of the Year, their song APT. And I think we're gonna see some more successes for K-pop tonight.
Which is going to be great. We actually want to get right back to Kalyna because she's actually going to talk to Huntrix.
Oh my
Kalyna,
God.
Oh my gosh, hello, look who's here. I mean, you guys are the most in-demand people here, I think.
And you have had such a busy award season because both the movie and the music have really captured everyone's hearts. What's the biggest difference about the Grammys red carpet versus all the other ones you've already been on?
Ooh, I feel, again, Grammys is a place I dreamed of at least to come, and it's a time to really celebrate music. And that's what K-pop Demon Hunters is truly about, music being the power and bringing everyone together. And that's exactly what I feel like Golden did. So
Yeah.
it means so much, absolutely.
Can we talk about representation? Because we did talk to a couple people who came down, and that was the theme for them, just being here, being able to represent where they're from. What does that mean for you three, being here and being able to do that too?
That's exactly what it means. Like, the award is not just for us, it's for Korean Americans, Koreans, Korean American women, you know? I just think representation is absolutely important right now. And yeah, I'm so proud and to have song. It's also just like, it doesn't matter what language it is, it just unifies everyone, you know? Music is truly a universal language.
I've been so obsessed with this movie, as you know, since it came out. It's really been wonderful to watch how many people love it. Could you just describe in like one word what this journey has been like for you?
Can you come back to me?
It's more than one word, Ray.
Rebirth.
Golden.
It's been glorious. Yeah. And thank you for all your support. You were really there from early on, so we appreciate you.
Truly my pleasure, and any opportunity that I get to fangirl out over something that means so much. It's a special, special year. So good luck tonight. And hopefully your peers are going to recognize exactly how golden you are, and it just keeps going.
Did you ever think it would get this big and you'd be here right now? How does that feel?
It feels crazy. It just goes to show, like, we really don't know what's gonna happen. So more crazy and more like grateful right now. Thank you to the fans, seriously.
It won't end here.
It won't. I wish I could sing it free, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to do it free because I'm not going to torture you with my voice. But
And the lawyers,
amazing. And I've watched it 3 times, just so you know. I know everything. I sing it on my drive to work,
I
let me
know.
tell you.
The lawyers clearly told me no.
Well, it's so nice to meet you 3.
Nice to meet you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and have a great night.
Congratulations and have a great night.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Bye.
Oh
my gosh.
goodness.
Am I fangirling right now? Kind of.
I know, I get so excited when I see them because it's truly been an unbelievable journey from where they started all the way to now. This movie was released, and to kind of no fanfare, and then all of a sudden, a few months later, it just became the most watched movie on Netflix.
I know.
All over the world, everyone knows who they are, and now we do too.
And you know what? They're so fun to sing and so fun to be around too. We're just so excited for them. We're going to keep hanging out here on the carpet and have a great time. We're going to toss it to break right now, but stick with us because we are reporting live here from the 68th Grammy Awards at the red carpet. We've got more fun on the way. Stick around.
Welcome back to CBS LA on KCAL9 as we celebrate the biggest night in music, kicking off our Grammys coverage as we lead up to the big show at 5 o'clock. It's already off to a rockin' start so far.
It is. We already heard from Huntrix tonight and saw a lot of the fashion coming through. I will say we've seen a lot of glitter, gold,
Feathers.
Feathers, I was going to say feathers. A lot of feathers as well. Going to be a great night. We have Susie Exposito here with us. You have interviewed Bad Bunny countless times.
Yes.
He's up for many awards tonight. But at this point, we're going to keep looking at the fashion cam here. And we do have Kalyna and Grae on the red carpet. And we're going to go to them right now.
Hey, yes, we're out here on the red carpet. You can see Paris Hilton is about to come down, which is very exciting. We also saw Reba McEntire earlier, Becky G. It's been a night full of celebration. I mean, music is front and center, as it should be, right?
And music is basically like the teamwork makes the dream work. And we've been talking to so many people who are not only accepting awards on their own behalf, but they're collaborations because they're just walking around seeing their friends. So this is basically like the world's biggest, most fun party. And everybody just gets to like high five people they already know.
I mean, this is literally a huge family reunion. We actually spoke with 3 people who were nominated for Songwriter of the Year, non-classical: Edgar Barrera, Jessie Jo Dillon, and Amy Allen. We do know Amy Allen already won the category, so congratulations to you, Amy Allen. But we want to show you the excitement on the red carpet leading up to the announcement. Take a look.
And it's also really fun to watch the video representation of your work too. Like if you
child music video.
No, it's so great. It's like how many references are in that video alone?
Hundreds. Right? Hundreds.
Is that kind of the one closest to your heart?
It changes every day, honestly. It depends on my mood. Some days I wake up and I listen to a song that I've been grateful to be a part of, and it like hits me in a way it's never hit me before. And I'm so grateful to have that with so many songs.
I've kind of done the opposite, where this year I opened my own record label imprint with MCA and Republic Collective called Gatsby Records. So I feel like I've kind of stepping into like wanting to protect the artists even more. They have the hardest job. Our job's really hard too, but in the world to me. And I just think the landscape of music is so crazy right now with like AI or streaming or I don't know. And so the artists, I just want to help the ecosystem of music.
For me, it's going to sound cliche, but just being here, it's already a win because I got to be nominated in a category with Spanish songs. Mm-hmm. And it's super important for the Academy to give us an opportunity, and it makes me feel that we're not invisible, which is...
So great to talk to all of them because really songwriting is where it all begins.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and they were so excited to share how they were feeling in the moment, but also really wanting to celebrate everyone else too. Just knowing, like we said before, it's kind of like a big family reunion, right? We got Raul Alejandro behind me. We saw J Balvin walk down that way too. They're busy people. They're trying to get inside. I want to talk about history-making moments tonight. Okay, so we know that Rosé will take the stage. She will be the first K-pop solo artist to do so, which is huge. Talks about representation with K-pop and how global it's really become.
Absolutely. The thing that's great about Rosé is that she comes in, she has this great collaboration with Bruno Mars, and that just brings her music to an even bigger group of people. Mm-hmm. And her nomination is a big deal. It's a big deal that Huntrix is here.
Oh, absolutely.
BTS has been here in the past, and so if you are not wise to K-pop yet, you need to educate yourself because it's so fun to hear.
It really is, and you know what? It takes you on a journey. Each song really takes you on a journey. We talk about history one more time. Kendrick Lamar leading the nominations tonight, coming in with 9 nominations.
Right.
We've been talking about Album of the Year, which is huge for any artist who wins, right? But there are 2 people who could make history when it comes to it. So Bad Bunny, if that album, Demi Tirar Más Fotos, wins that category, it would be the first Spanish language album to do so.
Right.
And then if Kendrick Lamar's album wins, GNX, he would be the first male rapper to do so in that particular category too.
That also just speaks to how global the Grammys are. Mm-hmm. There are 96-ish categories, so many nominations, but truly a worldwide endeavor. They don't present all of them during the show, obviously, but when Trevor Noah comes back for his 6th hosting gig.
And final hosting gig, who's also nominated, by the way, too.
Amazing.
Yeah.
He is going to be shouting out to as many people as he possibly can, because it really does take a village.
Totally. So we know Sabrina Carpenter is also nominated. Amy Allen worked on her project, too. Jack Antonoff having a huge night as a songwriter and producer, too. I believe with 7 nominations, which would be amazing if he came away with more, because I feel like he's only 41, and I think he has too many Grammys to count. And he's just 41 years old, so his resume is so impressive. I have yet to see him.
I hope he has a very strong mantle that all the Grammys are on.
Seriously. Which has been really interesting when we're asking people where are they going to put their Grammys. They're like, let me think about it for a second.
Yeah, apparently they don't put a lot of thought of it into it ahead of time. And I don't... If I was nominated, you know I'd have that place dusted and ready to go, gleaming.
Absolutely. Let's take a look behind us really fast. I believe we saw possibly Miley Cyrus walking the carpet. I know Paris Hilton was supposed to be coming on down too. We have got so many people. I believe we have the fashion camera up so you can actually see when they were walking on down earlier today. But it's been such an epic night. We've actually spoken to a lot of producers that have co-produced, written on a lot of projects too, and they're super excited because, you know, sometimes it's the artist who just gets all the accolades,
Sure.
but it's nice when they get their moment to shine too.
Behind the scenes, it's so important because music isn't created by just one person. Any artistic endeavor is created by all these people who love what they do. And so we've just gotten to soak in that today of everyone so excited to be here and so excited to see their music recognized by their peers, which is one of the things that the Grammys distinguished by. It's decided in a relatively complicated way. You're only allowed to vote in 10 categories. There's nominating committees. They go to great pains to figure out who exactly has contributed and how that year in music. So the eligibility period was the late summer into 2025, and that's why you see songs like Apata by Rosé nominated.
And so many new members too, and younger members to add to the diversity or the possibility of getting different types of people, you know, nominated, which I think is great. Huntrix is on the red carpet, you know, walking on through. So they mentioned that you have been with them from the very start. I know you're huge in the entertainment world with all the journalism that you do. What was it like for you interviewing them the very first time?
The thing that really struck me about talking to the three of them is how grateful they are to be here, because their journey in the world of K-pop is an incredibly rigorous one, and they didn't quite end up exactly where they thought they would. Relatable. And so when everyone was starting to take notice of K-pop Demon Hunters, it was such a wild title. People were like, what could that possibly mean to me? But then they watched it. And they figured out exactly how inspiring, how fun, how catchy the movie is, and the response is unbelievable.
And also, I realized, as she said, she was joking earlier, so you can say, we're going up, up is our moment. Okay, perfect.
All right,
I love it. I love it. So again,
take it out of my paycheck.
We're out here on the red carpet. It's been such a great time. We've talked to so many people. I know you guys have a great setup inside the studio too, so we're going to get to you guys in just a little bit, but I do want to talk about the behind the scenes one more time. So we spoke with someone, or actually a couple people, who are talking about the process of getting everything done and just how chill some of the artists are to work with. I feel like when we spoke with one of the artists that work with Bad Bunny, who's, by the way, nominated for so many categories, it's hard to already picked up one award tonight, by the way, saying that he's just a regular guy, just likes to hang out and chill, and you know, you get a whole like good vibe in the studio.
I was pretty surprised to hear what Bad Bunny is really interested in.
Seriously. And a lot of people curious and wanting to work with Bruno Mars too, which I think so many people were requesting, you know what, if there's that one person I could work with in the future, it would be Bruno Mars.
Yeah, he is 24 karat, for real.
You come up with the greatest lines. You really do.
It's so inspiring to be around all these artists.
It really is. Okay, so stick with us. We are here live at the 68th Grammy Awards at Crypto.com Arena. We're going to have more for you from the carpet in just a little bit. Stick around. Welcome back, and thank you so much for joining us here at the 68th Grammy Awards at Crypto.com Arena. It has been so much fun, and we have so many people walking on down. I heard Bad Bunny is in the building. I cannot wait. You know I'm going to be going absolutely crazy.
The world is truly watching. We can't wait for next week. I can't believe Bad Bunny is here because such a big weekend next weekend at the Super Bowl.
I know. I was kind of curious if he was actually going to make it down, but you're in California. You might as well just make a stop down here. Why not?
Wow.
Plus, he's nominated for a ton of categories anyway.
Gracias.
Yes, gracias. I love how bilingual you've become tonight, too, by the way. You'll see that all playback. I want to run through a couple of the nominees for tonight because we've got some really big categories and some really big competition. So, Record of the Year, speaking of Bad Bunny, DTMF, okay, Man-Child, Sabrina Carpenter, Anxiety with Doechii. By the way, Doechii already won an award tonight. Wildflower,
She
Billie
no longer
Eilish.
has anxiety, by the way.
See, you're so good. Oh my gosh. Abracadabra, Lady Gaga, come up with something for that.
Magic.
There you go. Luther, Kendrick Lamar with SZA, The Subway, Chapel Roan, and then Apathy, Rosé, and Bruno Mars, who we already said Rosé was going to make history as the first K-pop solo artist to perform on the Grammy stage.
That's right, and it might be another record. I don't know, this is the first song that might widely be recognized as a drinking game as well.
I know. Okay, so you actually asked someone about that earlier.
Yes, I still don't understand it at all. But I will take a drink.
We're trying to figure out the order. Let's also talk about Album of the Year because this is a big one too,
Yes.
right? And it's really interesting. A lot of the people we spoke to tonight are nominated in that category for different albums. So if they're a producer, they produce an album for one artist and the other artist. So they're kind of competing against each other, but they're really not at the same time. So we've got Bad Bunny for Debí Tirar Más Fotos. We've got Swag, Justin Bieber, Man's Best Friend, Sabrina Carpenter. Lord, Gotta Sort 'Em Out, Clips, Pusha T. We've got Mayhem, Lady Gaga, GNX, Kendrick Lamar, Mutt, Leon Thomas, who Leon Thomas already won an award tonight too, and Tyler, the Creator, nominated as well. We're trying to get Paris Hilton, who's right behind us, and if
Right.
anyone can do it, it's Grae. You're hard to miss, and you have such a great personality.
This is exactly the energy of the carpet because now people are walking and people are magically, their hearing seems to have left them. But it won't be that way all night. We're going to see even more people, so you have to stay tuned because the excitement truly is now just before the show starts up.
Oh, absolutely. I do. Do we have time? Because I know we're going to try to get Paris, but we did speak with a nominee for spoken word, and something I love about artists, creatives, and performers is if you give them a cue, they perform right on spot. So if we can cue up that soundbite just so you can hear, because it really was super impressive. I mean, they came up, we talked to them last year.
Right.
They came up decked out, ready to go.
That's right.
And they were so easy to just say, like, can you turn that on for us?
Performers till the end.
Yes.
You have to see this. Check it out.
Take a look.
I am Picasso, painting on linen with oil paint in a piece that I will name The Poet, and I am living my art right now in this moment. I am Van Gogh, just in the seconds after he cut off his ear, because I know my critics don't deserve my attention. They haven't put in the years for me to feel the need to listen to him anymore. A year from now, I will paint The Starry Night, a piece that will be worth a fortune after I'm gone.
Hey! Oh my God, where's my Grammy to give
I
you?
don't even know what to do. Yeah, seriously.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
Listen, if I had a Grammy, I would have handed it over.
You know, they made me feel like I can't even put a sentence together sometimes. They were so impressive and just great energy.
Yeah.
Made you feel so calm, which is something a lot of people focus on too, is being rooted in just being centered tonight and making sure they're calm, collected, but having a great time too.
And I think that speaks to just how excited everyone is to be here with people that they're collaborating with all year long.
Oh, absolutely.
They show up, they're looking sharp, they're smiling, and some of them are walking away with some serious hardware.
Oh, yeah.
And also, by the way, did you know that the Grammy is made out of a mysterious metal alloy? One of the ingredients called Gramium.
You know what? That's interesting. I did read that they're made in a small town in Colorado.
See, and they are keeping it secret. It must be in the mountains with the government.
Crazy. I mean, my goodness. Okay, so we teased you guys about the group chat. You're going to want to listen to that. So when we come back, we'll have more on what the group chats look like at an event like this, because it's going to be interesting and really important.
Emojis?
Emojis and possibly more. Stick with us. We're reporting live from the 68th Grammy Awards at Crypto.com Arena. We'll be right back.
CBS LA Grammy Awards Red Carpet Live, sponsored by Agua Caliente Casinos, your desert escape in Greater Palm Springs.
Welcome back in as we continue to count down to music's biggest night. Taking a live look at the fashion cam right now. A number of celebrities making their presence known. We've already seen folks like Billie Eilish, Pharrell as well. And it's just been a long scroll of people that we lose track of. And there you go. There's even more.
Yeah, a very big night. So much happening here in studio. But you know who else is shining on the red carpet?
Shining bright.
Really, they are shining. Kalyna, Astrinos, and Grae Drake. We want to go right out to them right now. Hello, ladies.
Hello, hello. Okay, so Lady Gaga arrived. She is walking the red carpet, and we're so excited to see her. But you know who we're both looking forward to? Bad Bunny. He is here. You know, people were questioning if he was going to be down here because he's preparing for the Super Bowl up north. But he is here, and he's already won one award tonight, which is great. And he's up for so many more. And I'm Puerto Rican, so you know, I went to his concert in Puerto Rico. I took my mom for her birthday, so I want to talk to him so bad just about representation and the Puerto Rican culture and how it means so much to him to make sure the island gets their flowers.
It is so exciting to see how many different modes of art he is influencing right now. He shows up in movies. He is such a musical force. Bad Bunny is truly an artist that brings the world closer together through his music. I can't wait for him to have such a big stage at the Super Bowl, because certainly a lot of people are going to be introduced to his music for the first time. And you're welcome, is what we will say after that.
But you know, there's rumors swirling now that Cardi B may perform with him at the Super Bowl. We gotta wait and see for that. Rumors
it's too much hotness. I can't handle it.
Yeah, exactly. And rumors about the Casita making an appearance at the Super Bowl, so that's gonna be huge. But you know what we learned tonight? The group chat.
Yes.
But including Bad Bunny, because he has a group chat going on with one of the artists that we spoke with, and they kind of walked us through what it's like working with him, what those group chats are like, and also group chats are on fire here. So take a look at that soundbite.
Grupo Frontera, like they already had the group before I joined, and they found me on TikTok. And then once I was in the group and we made the song No Se Va, like that song exploded on TikTok. So I don't know, I feel like it's a little joke that we have as well. Like if you say, hace cuántos años? Unos 30 years, 40 years, people didn't, or I mean, what's it called? Musicians, artists, así singers, they didn't have to be influencers. But the singers and artists in this day and age and this time, now they have to be influencers as well. Because I feel like TikTok is such a big community, like it literally reaches all over the world.
Okay, so there you go.
That is the tea about the emojis. It is so important.
And about Bad Bunny too. Also, I feel like we talked to someone else too, where we were just trying to figure out what the group chat would be like, because they're so centered in this industry. And he's like, you know what? It's just a bunch of memes. It's just a bunch of people just like sending memes to each other. It really has no purpose at all.
Yeah,
just joking the whole day.
Stars. They're just like us.
Just like us and just like you.
I'm sending Kalyna a cat meme right now.
Okay, you're ridiculous. Okay, so something else we want to talk about. Best New Artist, huge category.
Yes.
Did you know all of the nominees, all 8 of them, are going to be performing back-to-back on stage tonight, and I hear it could run 18 to 19 minutes long.
Good Lord.
I know.
That's one of the best 19 minutes that I've had in a long time, I will tell you.
We're going to be so excited for that one.
Those nominees are so incredible. Addison Rae, she's going to make you thirsty for a Diet Pepsi. We got Leon.
So good at this.
Leon Thomas, he's a winner. And is he a dog? Is he a mutt? You're going to find out when he's on stage.
He already won for R&B album, I think. I believe.
And by the way, in the Best New Artist category, what's interesting is that it's not necessarily about being brand new. It's about having a huge cultural influence. And so you'll see that when they perform on stage. Let's go back to the studio.
We're going to toss it back to you guys, but fair warning, Leslie, Gio, and Susie, the second Bad Bunny walks by, we're cutting back to us along with Lady Gaga. Okay, just want to let you know, but back to you guys
That seems
for the coverage.
perfectly understandable.
So reasonable.
Right, and no complaints on our end whatsoever. Ladies, thank you so much. You've been wonderful so far. And it's been wonderful so far to see everybody like gather that energy and talk about the meaning of music and getting to share in this moment. And speaking of those Best New Artists, getting to now share this next stage, right, of new people people to get invested in and invested in their music.
Yeah, we do have Susie Exposito here, editor at the LA Times, and I do want to get into Bad Bunny if we have some time, but first, when we're talking about Best New Artist, one of those people nominated tonight, Addison Rae, you actually spoke to her too, interviewed her.
Yeah, this is, I mean, her career has accelerated so much, especially in part, I mean, a big part of it, I think, was TikTok. You know, she came up doing like dancing, performing on TikTok. And I think she took a big swing last year with her debut album, Addison. And I think, you know, she worked with an all-woman production team as well, which was a very progressive choice for her. She took singing lessons so that she could really polish it up. The style is very like, it's authentic, it's tasteful. She's got a little bit of electronic going, just to give her enough of an edge to put herself ahead of the pack when it comes to pop.
Can I ask you something really quick about TikTok in this? Because it's been brought up a couple times, and it's so important given the ecosphere of music now, especially in getting your voice out there. What do you think the significance is of winning or being nominated for a Grammy versus having such a huge following on TikTok? It almost feels like the scales have tipped toward having this massive follower count there being almost even more significant than perhaps even, you know, getting on stage tonight.
You know, it's taken some time for that to happen. I will say that the Recording Academy has also expanded its voter base exponentially in the last 10 years. And TikTok, I think, is a big part of why you're seeing much younger artists, you know, especially nominated in the big four categories. We're not seeing as many veterans there. And I think, you know, social media plays a part in that.
Even 5 seconds of a song, you hear over and over on a TikTok reel, an Instagram reel, even a Facebook video, you will know all the words to that. You will maybe have never heard the entire song. But I want to get to Bad Bunny because he is a man everyone's talking about going into tonight and then the Super Bowl. You've interviewed him 4 times and actually went out to his residency in Puerto Rico and interviewed him there.
Yes.
Give us some like quick tips and highlights, especially about the state of Latino music, Spanish language music, and the moment it's having now, his influence in all that.
Well, he's just such an original artist. He's a very eclectic artist. You know, when he pulls from his influences, like from salsa, for example, he definitely does credit, you know, his influences, but at the same time, he's just such a he's like a cultural remix artist where he's able to pull so many different things together. And I think that's what makes him so unique and authentic. He's also just a really zany character. His personality.
That's what everyone wants to know. What is he like?
He's very silly, silly. But in interviews with him, you know, he's also gotten very vulnerable. Last time I spoke with him, you know, we were talking about his burgeoning comedy career. He's been on SNL.
He is very funny. Yeah.
He's appeared with, you know, Adam Sandler and Happy Gilmore too. But he said that all comes back to his family, and he talked to me about how his uncle, you know, passed away, but had recently passed away, but was super influential for him in developing his own sense of humor, and he started crying. But he's just like, Benito is such an emotional guy. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He's very opinionated. He doesn't really hold back, and I think that's what people really yearn for. I think that, you know, people are so sick of the manicured
authenticity.
artists. Yes, they need more authenticity. He's delivering.
Well, as we wait Benito Bad Bunny's appearance on the red carpet, speaking of another Bieber, Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber taking the red carpet right now. He's also nominated tonight. I think that was probably
swag.
The record of the summer, I would say. Daisy's huge.
Yeah.
And we don't get that much of Justin Bieber, and then he gave us an album that had 2 parts and 30-something songs.
Yeah, I think he needed to remind people that he was an artist and not just like a character on Instagram, you know. You know, Daisy's was, I think it was a positive step forward for him. I like hearing him with a guitar. I don't know about you, but I think he's trying to show his more like down-to-earth side.
Especially considering he's been around for so long that, you know, sometimes you forget that these people exist, for lack of a better word, because you're like, oh, they've been in my lives for so long, I can move on to something else.
Yeah.
Because he's been, I mean, since the late 2000s, and now we're almost in the late 2020s, and you're like, oh yeah, that's right. He has been a part of my life for a long time.
Yeah.
Speaking of someone who's been in our life for a very long time, Lady Gaga. And everyone's asking,
Yes.
who
Yes.
is this man?
Yes.
Oh, Susie.
All right, the man
Please.
in the mask is the DJ producer Gesaffelstein. People might be a little weirded out by his mask, but that's kind of a signature for him. You know, he's from France.
The French do what they want to do, and we love
The
it.
French, they do what they do. But yeah, he actually won a Grammy earlier this evening for his remix of Abracadabra. He performed with Lady Gaga live at Coachella last year, which was just like bombastic. It was one of the best shows I have ever seen at Coachella. And yeah, I mean, he's giving drama. He's the Phantom of the Grammys. Lady Gaga.
He truly is, but
That's good, yeah.
now we have
Yeah.
some background. We know exactly who he is. And you say he has a very stunning face behind that mask.
Oh, he is so handsome. He is a total fox, not gonna lie.
Well, given everyone we've seen here so far, it's been star after star after star. We want to get back to the red carpet with Grae Drake and Kalyna Astrinos, who have been next to the stars throughout the entire evening so far. Ladies, how's it looking right now?
You know, it's been so much fun. What's one word you would use to describe the night?
Well, listen, I'm looking at Lady Gaga thinking of her song Disease because her look is sickening. I love
Grae,
her.
if I could have 5 minutes in your mind, that would be heaven for me. What you come up with is utterly incredible. I'm speechless, which we actually had a lot of people on the carpet speechless too about how they were feeling and their emotions going into tonight. I know you guys are talking about Justin Bieber. It's a big night. I mean, he's coming back after 4 years, right?
Right. We missed you, Justin. He's been gone a little while, but his 4 nominations brings him to 27 tonight.
Oh my gosh.
That's a lot of nominations, everybody. I don't know if you could do math like I can, but wow.
That is a lot. You know, a lot of people we spoke with, you know, it's their first time here. They're so excited, soaking it all in. We actually spoke to one artist this morning who said when she got the phone call, she was texting and calling all of her family members, and someone thought something horrible had happened because she was crying and so emotional. That's what tonight means for these artists and these creators, because they are so passionate about everything they do and they pour it into the art that they put out.
That's right, and you get to see it on parade just behind us. The show is almost going to start, so the energy somehow just ratcheted up a couple notches. I feel lit up like a pinball machine. It is wild out here. The Grammys are the best.
You are wild. Literally, you are wild. I'm over here just hoping people just look over and then just see the pink hair and the sparkles and stop by and talk to us. Bad Bunny has not come by yet, you guys. I'm thinking there's a little cutaway where some of the artists kind of skippity-doo-dah-a out, which is fine. Lady Gaga is on the carpet, though, which is incredible, and hopefully we get to at least like shout and recognize her.
And we get to say, Gaga, thank you so much for taking all these different influences into your music to sort of infuse it with a newness that got you all these nominations. It's really a killer album. And she sort of ran because artists like Carole King walked.
Oh, yeah.
This unbelievable songwriter, incredible performer, truly a legend, and will be here tonight.
Totally. And one note about Lady Gaga, I mean, she's entering this with 7 nominations, right? If she has a clean sweep on all 7 nominations, she'll beat Beyonce and Adele's record when they won 6 nominations, or 6 awards, right? As the female to win the most awards in 1 year and breaking their record, which is so cool. But we have Jennifer Hudson, we've got Doechii on the carpet, we've got Lady Gaga, Bad Bunny is here.
It's all happening.
Paris Hilton was right behind me. I was like, hey, Paris. She walked by, but it's okay.
How are we ever going
Paris.
to go to break now? We have to.
We have to. So we have to go to break, but stick with us because we have more coming from the red carpet, and we are going to give you a little insight on how more people are feeling for the night. We'll be right back. Hey, thank you so much for coming back and joining us here at the 68th Grammy Awards. Grae and I are so excited. We're getting our little dance on. We're having some fun. But listen, when you are a part of this night and you go through this journey to become an artist or a creative in this space, it's a long, hard journey. And who is there to support you along the way?
Your family, and especially your mom.
take a look at this little montage we put together having to do with the family's impact in their journeys. Take a look.
Like Leon Thomas, you know, I love what he's doing, so I would love to work with him.
Great, right?
Olivia Dean, you know, if you're out there, I'd love to work with her.
Since you're taking the microphone, no. Is the next thing on your future
Rapping?
singing? Yeah, being on an album yourself? No.
Maybe behind the scenes, like media. We might be coworkers one day.
Oh!
How do you balance it all? You do have a kiddo.
I do.
You got a wife.
I do.
You got a life.
Yeah.
How do you balance everything?
Well, being in the studio all night is not cool anymore. You know, you got to prioritize your time in your day and get your work done and get the family time done. And you got to hit deadlines when you have them, but if you don't, spend time with the fam.
Does your kiddo want to follow in your footsteps?
She's learning piano, but she says she does not want to be a musician.
Oh, does she say what she...
It definitely was apparent really quickly that it was a really special album. So it was a really enjoyable experience, especially like I wasn't expecting the salsa. So when people send me stuff, I have no idea what it's going to be. I just start playing the songs, and I've never heard them before. So I started with a couple of songs that were more like reggaeton, and then it turned salsa, and I was like super surprised. So it was cool. It was really fun.
Do you go in the studio with your dad when he's working on these things? Do you give him critiques and like pointers on how to do everything?
I did. One time he told me like which one sounds better, and I picked the right one.
The most exciting part for me for this Grammys is to bring them to the show. I've never brought them before. It's the first time for them.
Yes, youngest individual.
That's amazing. How does that make you feel that you'd be making history?
It's very exciting to be here with all of the other people that got nominated, and it's my dad.
Aww.
I would say to inspire you, I would say have fun, listen to your own music, just chill, relax, have fun. Wait, I already said I have fun.
You have a lot of fun.
That's important, right?
A lot of fun, yes.
Aww.
And they won!
So amazing.
Ara and Fuchsia are going to go home and have a true family celebration. The parties, the likes of which have never been seen before, I'm telling you. They're probably going to have a lot of candy.
Oh, yeah. You know, so the first soundbite you heard from Sean Momberger, and his mom was with him tonight. He's worked on Kendrick Lamar's album, and he's up for Best Rap Song, I believe, tonight. So fingers crossed that he gets his flowers, too. He's been such an inspiration to so many people, and just getting in the room, he said Mustard is the one that helped him get in the room, which was great.
Oh, the best condiment.
It really is the best condiment. His mom was so sweet and so supportive. She was so excited to be here and just see him. She mentioned how growing up she would have to buy him equipment.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't even know what it was.
Such a huge investment that families are making into these talented people. And so it's possible that, like, Josh is happy that his daughter says she does not want to go into music.
Well, and speaking of Josh, so Josh Goodwin, right? He has won so many Latin Grammys as a mixing engineer, but also so many Grammys, okay? And this year, because he's a mixing engineer, he worked on Justin Bieber's Swag album and also Bad Bunny's album, both up for Album of the Year. So who knows what direction it would be, but he was so sweet and so calm, saying, you know what, they're both winners. Like, I'm excited to be here.
Yeah.
They're great people to work with, staying very neutral and even keel as he is.
There are only 365 days in a year, and I have a feeling he's using all of them. That's an unbelievable achievement to work on those like really sensational albums.
Yeah, and you know what's really cool too is when we were talking to the kiddos coming down, because you know it was the night of the daughters, we will say, because plenty of daughters came on through. Josh's daughter was waiting in the car. She was like, I'm done. But it was so nice because they were so excited to be here, saying, you know what, I don't know anyone else who could come walk this carpet with their dad and have this moment, or with their family and have that support.
Out of all the things that I expect from the Grammys, saying "aww" all of these times was not one of them. It's so cute. I love it.
It really is so adorable. Take a look at who we have behind us. This is so great. Look at all of these wonderful people coming down the carpet once again.
They're heading inside because we are so close to music's greatest night. It's almost here. All of these winners are finally going to be revealed, and they've been waiting a long time. These nominations were announced quite a while ago, so they've just been basking in all that possibility for a long time.
And you know, tonight is also about remembering those who we lost, right? And huge performers and huge people who impacted the industry are gone now, right? D'Angelo, Lauryn Hill is going to be doing a tribute for D'Angelo. Reba McEntire is also going to be on stage paying tribute to others that we lost. And the legend and the impact.
And losing an artist like Roberta Flack
Yeah.
is such a huge loss. The entertainment that she brought into our lives is really notable, and it's wonderful that they're bringing in such meaningful artists to honor everyone that we've lost, as every single one just hurts worse than the last.
It really does. But that's going to be a beautiful moment to pay attention to. And then, of course, I mean, what an epic night for all of our best new artist nominees. I mean, they've been busy. On social media, I keep on seeing them popping up at every single party. I'm like, how did you guys even wake up to be here today? Because you're just all over the place doing so many different performances, too.
Oh, they're doing it all for the Gram. And it
And the
seems
Grammy.
it seems exhausting, but it's also really fun. You know, the fact that artists have all these new avenues of reaching their audience is something that isn't lost on them. We've had a lot of people talk about the meaning of TikTok, and our new artists generally have had songs that just went crazy on that app.
Oh, yeah. And you know what I think is really interesting, too? I don't feel like there's a real front runner for best new artist.
Ooh, if there
we've
is, I don't know which one it is.
Yeah, I've been reading so many articles trying to get predictions. I mean, Cat's Eye obviously coming on scene with full force after that Netflix special. But you also have Olivia Dean, whose music just makes everyone happy, and you can hear her smile. Somber walked by, whose artistry is incredible as well. Addison Rae, who you mentioned earlier, I mean, going viral on social media, becoming this huge star when it comes to her music too. Leon Thomas, I mean, the list goes on and on.
Now, what's funny about somebody like Leon Thomas is that he might be in the Best New Artist category, but he has been working since he's 10 years old on stage in The Lion King as Simba. And then his career just took off from there. He's been in Nickelodeon, and now he's got this album that's really making waves. So an artist that has been contributing to us for a long time is now in the Best New Artist category.
Bravo.
So good luck, Leon, and keep up the great work.
And we also have the Osbournes right behind us, if you can take a look. I don't know if you want to zoom on, and I'll get off of my box here, but you know there's going to be an Ozzy Osbourne tribute later on tonight in the section of the night where they pay tribute to all the lives that were lost this past year.
And Ozzy Osbourne's contribution to music is gigantic, but certainly his contribution to television, his whole family, to entertainment in general, it's an unbelievably large one for so many decades. And so, again, wonderful to be honoring these people and honoring Ozzy, because what an unbelievable career. Like, bats everywhere are saluting you, Ozzy. Thank you for everything.
Totally. And I mean, going through such a huge loss like that as a family, and then having to go through that in the public eye, but knowing an award show like this will only always honor and remember, I think that's something that as a family they can really take away, regardless of everything that has happened in the past year for them.
Right, and thank you to their family for sharing him with us. This is really an unbelievable night just to think about where we've come from and where we're going.
Totally. Where we are going is back in the studio with our friends Leslie, Gio, and Susie. And you guys, Bad Bunny, no dice.
Yeah, we got 4 minutes till the show starts.
Here.
And normally, I feel like the big artists come in these last couple minutes, but really pushing it here, Benito. So we'll see. Maybe he went through a back door,
wait, can I tell you, I even made sure my Espanol was perfecto tonight so I could tell him that I took my mom to his concert in Puerto Rico, and I didn't even get to flex that either.
No está aquí?
No está aquí, no.
¿Dónde está?
¿Dónde está Bad Bunny? We don't know, we're going to go for a search, but we're going to toss it back to you
Conejo!
El conejo malo.
She's getting carried away, take it away.
Yeah, we all wish we could live in Grae Drake's mind because it is
been
excellent.
on fire today. Wonderful in every way.
Ladies, thank you. We've been watching all the fashion on the red carpet. We were saying a lot of feathers tonight.
Many feathers. Yes.
Oh, wait, we do have Bad Bunny VO.
There he is.
El
Right there.
conejo malo, Benito. Right there.
He's He's in a really classic outfit.
He
Is that
is.
black velvet?
But I think there's a lot of shoulder pad going on here, right?
Yes, there is.
Very sharp.
Yeah, sharp dressed Benito.
There we go. Bad Bunny has shown up, nominated tonight for some of the biggest categories.
It feels like he's, this is very similar to the Kendrick situation from last year, given the Super Bowl show, right, next week, the halftime show, and then being front and center when it comes to possibly getting on that stage multiple times tonight.
I got my fingers crossed, my toes crossed for him. This would be phenomenal. He wouldn't be the first Latin artist to win Album of the Year. That was Santana. Yeah, the band Santana. But I believe it would be the first Spanish language album that would win Album of the Year if he manages to pull this off. Also, Debí Tirar Más Fotos is nominated for Record of the Year. Song of the Year. This is
big night for Bad Bunny, big night for Kendrick Lamar and Lady Gaga. But we want to thank you because we are just moments away.